As today is the first day of 2024, and we're up. I didn't feel like getting up, but we're awake. All right. Let me pull all this stuff up. All right, so yeah, Tesla deliveries came out super early today. All right, yeah, so, hey, what's up, Bar? What's up, Alyssa? What's up, Pawn? All right. First day of 2024. I hope you guys stayed safe this new year. We also have manufacturing PMI. All right, we're gonna get some music playing too. Hey, what's up, Daniel, Wesley, Harry, Beach? Let me make sure my mic is good. Is my mic working? Let me see. Yeah, my mic's working. All right, good. John, Wesley, Daniel, Beach, Shub, Peggy, BB, Klaus, Bar, Alyssa, Pawn. What's up, team? All right, so Tesla delivery today. What do you guys think they're going to come in at? Everybody's waiting still. We had a big pullback early this morning, though. Oh, no, let me make sure. Hey, what's up, Russ? What's up, dude? It looks like price action started to get a little bit better this morning. Hey, thank you, Russ. Shout out to Russ with the $5 dono. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. All right, so we had UK S&P Global Manufacturing PMI coming at 46.2. Crypto still, yeah, Bitcoin. Look at Bitcoin, bro. That's the craziest one this year. Bitcoin up to 46K. You love to see it. Hey, we're getting close to January, so I'm not surprised. Yeah, Gunny, you can only make 50% of your profit target per day, brother. So if your profit target is 3,000 for the base one, you can't make more than $1,500 on any particular day. If you do, you're not. They're gonna increase your profit target, and you're gonna have to make more. So that's the number. You never make over $1,500 a day on the base one. If it's the middle one, I'm not sure what the profit target is on the middle one. If it's the top one, if it's the 150K one, you can't make more than $4,500 a day. The Tesla numbers aren't out yet, are they? I saw some people saying some numbers. And I just want to make sure they're not out yet. We're going to get some music playing here as well. My bad, I forgot about the music. Yeah, we're going to get some music playing here as well. The Tesla numbers are not out this morning, correct? Just trying to make sure. I don't see anything about them, but I also saw some people posting some numbers here. I saw the estimates yesterday from a couple different people, but... $6K. Yeah, but which one did you get? The TP question. What TP? What do you mean TP? What's that abbreviation? January 10th for the spot approval. Yeah, for sure. That's the big day. That's why I think crypto's ripping up. Although I haven't really looked at it yet. Yeah, we're here, guys. We're here. The mid one was 6K profit target. Okay, yeah, you can't make more than $3,000 on any specific day, right? So yeah, you making 3,700 is over 50%. They're gonna push back your profit target. Friday at close is my guess. Hey, I hope so, Peggy. I would take profit. No, which one? No, I didn't see it, but go ahead and ask it. I mean, I'm down to answer questions. It's probably better to ask it when we only got a couple, like 130 something people here now. So ask away, guys. If y'all got any questions, ask away. I'm gonna go ahead and do a poll. The Tesla numbers aren't out yet, correct? According to the consensus estimate compiled by Tesla and available to analysts, the projected delivery numbers stands at 480.483 thousand. So 480,500 cumulative deliveries for the first quarter reached 1,324,074, leaving the company approximately 475,926 units shy of achieving the ambitious 1.8 million full-year delivery goal. Additionally, the company is expected to announce the release date for its fourth quarter earnings. Fourth quarter deliveries. Yeah, today's quarter 4 deliveries. What's up, comma? Okay, good. Yeah, I mean, it depends, Gunny. So a lot of the time, if you make over 50% of your profit target, they're gonna push you back and they're gonna give you a bigger profit target, right? And so that's typically what happens. And so they might push you back, bro. You just got to remember the rules. You got to read the rules before you start, brother. You can't just go in and you got to read the rules, bro. Yeah, Tesla pulled back a little bit at looking, right around 5 a.m. It's now so about an hour ago. 6 a.m. market time. SPY dipping down into 2024. We did have another green week yesterday. So again, you can see the SPY, or no, that's Tesla. Here, so you can see the SPY did not end red last week. So we actually had another green week. So at this point on the SPY and the Q and the NASDAQ, we have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 green weeks in a row. 9 green weeks in a row here, team. So, yeah. Another green week. And so that's 9 green weeks in a row in the S&P. This might influence this, though. We're gapping down pretty heavy. Yeah. Here, I'll do that. That'll be the poll number. Are you bullish or bearish on Tesla's quarter 4 delivery numbers? Numbers release at 9 a.m. Bull, bear is what the 2 options will be. There you go. Vote on that poll. Let me know what you think. Yeah, Bitcoin flying up. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, on one of my funded accounts, we're green and profit. We've had 5 winning days in a row. So we're just kind of building up profit there. I like this one. I'm going to add this one. Yeah, so we've got some pretty good results on one of them. Yeah, you just got to cut out. Hey, what's up, Beach Bum? Hey, good morning. I missed you guys. PayPal will rip in 2024. I'm in PayPal, I think, still. Let me see. Yeah, I'm still in it. I looked at my portfolio. I was green when I first woke up this morning. That was right before this dip started, though. Now I'm slightly red, but we're doing all right. All right, guys. So again, 2024 is the year of AI, bro. I'm telling you right now, it's the year of AI, dude. I'm telling you. Where's PayPal at? I'm in PayPal right now. I've already taken so much profit on PayPal that it doesn't matter. My average price in PayPal is 51.40s. So it is currently at 61.20s. We've already taken so much profit. We've got like a little bitty position left. And so I'll probably just stay in it. I'll probably just stay in it. Let's see, we also got Quant Tower up. All right. So all right, we're in that one. Good. All right, so we got Quant Tower up. I'm watching the Dow right now. I'm watching the NASDAQ as well. Let's see what else we got. Again, y'all slap that subscribe button if you haven't already. Why negative today? The market turned like early this morning. is what happened. Like, it was early this morning the market turned. Again, we got Tesla delivery numbers. Y'all do me a favor, hit that like button if you haven't already. We appreciate it. Apple downgraded from Barclays analyst to 160. Yeah, I'm looking at a couple videos. All right, team. Yeah, Mike. Which one? Comma. Apple downgraded by Barclays analyst to 160. Yeah, we can take a look at Apple. Here's the SPY. I'm gonna put Apple up right here, and then I'm gonna put Tesla up on the right. Again, Apple down to 190 is not the end of the world here. You got to see, like, Apple has had a crazy good year. Again, if we look at the last 52 weeks here, this is the last 52 weeks. So Apple started off the 52-week period basically in January of last year at 124. It's currently at almost 200, at about 190 right now, 189. And so Apple's had a crazy good year. Every time it dips 2%, people start screaming it's the end of the world for Apple. I think Apple is one of those stocks that people love it or hate it. And it's a really polarized stock where some people freaking absolutely love it. Other people absolutely hate it. You know, so Apple's in a bad place. How can they sell more iPhones? Because none of that matters, bro. You have to understand what the future of the world is, right? Like, here's the easiest way to put it, and I talk about this a lot, but here's why Apple's going to be fine when a lot of people think it's not. All right, Apple's going to be fine specifically because they have young people's interest on lock. They really do. They really do. Again, I have a daughter, right? I've got a 14-year-old. I've said this 1,000 times. I could literally buy her the coolest and newest Samsung, and she would not want it. I'm not saying she would be, like, bratty about it. She would probably take it and be like, thank you. But deep down, she would want an iPhone. You know what I mean? And so the young people are the future of sales. And they don't want anything but an iPhone. I promise you they don't. Right? Young people, at least there's always outliers. I'm not saying there's not outliers. It depends on, I think, like, I'm a tech nerd. And so I think some tech nerds like Samsung because Samsungs are just better phones. They're not better. They're more intuitive. They're more free phones is the easiest way to put it. Like, I can do more on my Samsung than I can do on my Apple as a tech nerd and software developer. But with that said, young people want Apple and they want iPhones, and that's just an obvious, very self-evident thing for me. And so I think Apple's going to be fine long term. Short term, who knows what happens, but long term, they're going to be fine. I don't think iPhones are a status symbol. I think iPhones are the standard now. I think you look at everybody, chances are they have an iPhone. You know what I mean? Like, you look at any one person, chances are they got an iPhone. Yeah, Apple was really smart with how they designed it. They made it in which you were ostracized if you had anything but an Apple. You don't want to be that, the different bubble and text color. You don't want to be that. My daughter doesn't. My daughter said, "Oh no," in group chat, we're blue or whatever it is. So. Speaking of iPhones, man, a lot of people freaked out, bro. So you got the New Year fireworks. I'm not sure where this is, and everybody just has their phones up in the sky. One thing I was very proud of my family for doing is that this year on New Year's, we had my whole family here. We all stayed up until midnight, and the rule was nobody is going to film it. We're just going to enjoy the moment. You don't need to film everything. It ruins the moment. We're just going to enjoy the moment. We don't need to film it, guys. It's like, we don't need to film it. We just let my whole family sit there. We celebrated New Year's. We gave everybody a hug and said Happy New Year. And none of us had our phones out on New Year's. None of us, which is good, man, which is good. I see this video and it's just a sea of phones. It's like people are so worried about saving the moment that they don't actually enjoy the moment that they're in, that they're trying to save. It's crazy. It's crazy. We got S&P Global Manufacturing PMI today. Construction spending. We got Tesla delivery numbers. We got the JOLTS job report Wednesday, as well as the FOMC Fed minutes report. We got non-farm employment change, jobless claims numbers, more S&P services PMI on Thursday. Friday, we got non-farm payrolls and unemployment numbers. Busy week. And then next week, we got CPI. It's a very busy week. And then after that, we got earnings season starting again. For the first earnings season of 2024. Yeah, what's up, Jarrett? Yeah, phones are just gotten to a point where, and I understand it, I'm on my phone a lot too. The phones are so intuitive now, and you can do whatever you want to do with it, that it's hard not to look at it and check it. I'm a business person, right? So I'm obsessed with business is really what it is. I'm a business person, so I'm looking at my phone for business reasons a lot, but maybe I'm just justifying. What'd you guys do for New Year's? Let me know what you guys did. I see the AMC community saying year 2023 for AMC was a success. AMC had a post-split or a pre-split price of 60 cents. You know what's weird? Why don't we dream of phones in our sleep? Because it's not natural for us to. I've been having some weird dreams. Hey, what's up, Jarrett? Nima, be smart. Tesla's down now. Yeah, Tesla is down. Look at it. Again, maybe people were anticipating these delivery numbers. I'm not sure. Yeah, potential rebound after data comes out. We'll see. All right. All right, so we got this up just so people can see. Tesla deliveries are set to release before the opening bell. We'll cover them live on stream as soon as they drop. Estimate for time drop is 9 a.m. Be sure to like and subscribe. We appreciate it. But do you dream of them in your dreams? It's so integrated with our lives, yet they never appear in them. No, I don't dream of them. Although most of the stuff, I got stuff going on in my dreams. Like most of the time I'm running from something. All right, here they got some type of T Wood release or leak. I gotta mute the sound for a second, team, so I can watch this. Oh my gosh. Why would they post the video? Okay, time's up for that. Oh my goodness, man. Ugh. Well, don't Google it. That's all I'm saying. Do not Google it. Anyways, let me go to something else. All right, so what's the 1 month bond yield? What's bonds doing this morning? Bonds up to 3.8% here, guys. Bonds at 3.8%. Tesla delivery numbers are set for around 9 a.m. 9 a.m. is when they're supposed to drop. Twitter, man. Yeah, homeowner. Bro, I would never move to any place with a homeowners association, dude. Screw them, bro. They get old ladies with nothing else to do just get out of control. They just get out of control, man. Again, it's like the Stanford prison experiments. Like old ladies with nothing to do just kind of go crazy. They sit around. They don't have anything to do, so they just complain about nonsense. I would never. $481 did not have a bad day. You bullish or bearish on the S&P from where we are now for the day? For the day, I'm not sure. Again, S&P sitting, again, if we look at it S&P is down heavy, so I mean, I guess I'm bearish. It's going to take a lot to rebound from this drop that we've been in already. So this is a big dip. So it's going to take a lot to rebound from this team. It really is. Like, it's going to take a lot. It's 7:30 right now, so we still got about an hour and a half or so until the Tesla delivery numbers are up. We'll put a timer up just so we can see it. Hey, that works. Yeah. Hey, that look very rarely does it work perfectly. So we got about an hour and 25 minutes left. Yeah, we don't have an HOA, but we've got a community, like, we got some type of, like, neighborhood community, but they have no power here, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to pay anything monthly, and they have no power here. And so where I specifically live, there's no ordinance around barking dogs. Like, basically, there's nothing restricting dogs barking, because, like, dogs are gonna freaking bark. And, like, I understand if your dogs are just barking all day and all night and won't shut up, and I understand that, but that's not my dogs for sure. And so what happened when we first moved to this house, like when we first moved here, you know, we had this neighbor, right? And at first he's like an ex-cop, right? The neighbor is like an ex-cop, and you know, we got his number at the beginning, everything's fine, you know, we're all civil and nice and everything's cool. And then my mom's staying here one day, and she's watching my dogs for me when we're gone. And, you know, our dogs start barking at like 9 a.m. in the morning. And so he texts us, and he's like, hey, your dogs are barking. And it's 9 a.m., right? Listen, if it was the crack of dawn, fine. Sure, be mad. I understand that. But this is 9 a.m., bro. Like, our dogs might bark a little bit. Most of the time, it's actually because he let his little dog out in the yard, and his little dog is like, you know, aggro. And so anyways, we let it slide. We said, okay, sure, no problem. We'll bring the dogs in, whatever, right? But then he started doing it more and more. Like, he started complaining more and more to where our dogs would bark just a little bit, and he would text us complaining about it. And so at a certain point, we were just kind of like, hey, dude, like, get over it. Like, our dogs are going to bark. That's what they do. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a Zen garden in the back here. Like, you're going to have to get over it. There's no noise ordinances about it. Like, you're just going to have to get over it, brother, you know? And then he told on me to, like, the neighborhood lady. I had some old lady call, really nice. She was really nice, but I kind of got mad at her. You know, I wasn't like a jerk to her. I just kind of raised my voice and was like, look, dogs are going to bark. It's an inevitable thing. There's nothing we can do about it. They're not barking all the time. Our dogs probably spend maybe an hour or two a day outside. So they're not spending all day sitting outside barking. That's just not what they do. And so, and then I told her, I kind of got a little frustrated. I said, look, he's got to find something else to do. Like, he's sitting around with nothing to do. He doesn't have a job. He doesn't do anything. He's just basically sitting around complaining about dogs barking in his backyard. And he also had a problem with the people we bought this house from, right? So the people we got this house from, he had a problem with them as well. And so he's the common denominator here. It's not me. Like, he's complaining about everybody. And so he's just going to have to get over it. And then once I did that, I think she told him. We never heard from him again. He's never complained once since then, so good. But yeah, with that said, I'm glad we don't have an HOA, because then it would have just been more problems. Right, exactly. He probably doesn't have much to do anymore, and his life is much less exciting now, so he's got to cause conflict, is my guess, whenever he can. You know, it is what it is. I feel for him, you know. Yeah, y'all slap the like button, team. Don't be stingy here. We appreciate it. All right, team. Wait, where's the data? Okay, we're logged in. Let's exit out of this. There it goes. NQH4 is the new symbol this year, right? Wait, the Nasdaq's not showing up. That's weird. Alright, so we're connected. Is anybody having trouble pulling up the Nasdaq chart on Top Step? The Dow's pulling up just fine. ESH4. E-mini's working fine. In QH4. E-mini NASDAQ 100. Yeah, the data for the NASDAQ is not popping up. That's weird. I could trade the E-mini, so I guess I'll just mess around with the E-mini today. But the NASDAQ is like restricted. Let me try the micro. MNQH4. Yeah, the micro NASDAQ works weird. Well, I guess we could just trade a bunch of the micros. We got a break of the lows here on the SPY. Tesla, again, we can kind of see, we have a lot of similarities with Tesla here. Okay, there we go. Mine works fine. Yeah. Well, when we moved, we specifically wanted a place that did not have a HOA for that specific reason. Like, again, what happens a lot of the time is like old people looking for meaning in their life end up just kind of turning into it, like turning and starting and having like a authoritarian nature as they get older, where they're just looking to control something and looking to get it. Like a lot of the time it's parents, empty nesters, you know what I mean? Like their kids are old and gone, and so they feel the need to parent almost different things, and like that ends up delving into other people's yards and noise and everything. Yeah, it's crazy. All right, team. Again, SPY broke lows here. We're going to mostly just trade the E-mini, I guess, today. The question is, do we think we're going to break down some more? Here's the futures market. Do we think we're going to break down some more? Again, Tesla delivery numbers 9 a.m. today, guys. 9 a.m. We'll see what shows up here for these Tesla deliveries. Yeah, I'm going to try restarting Quant Tower and see if that fixes it. Because, again, I could trade the E-mini, but I'm usually like a better NASDAQ trader. The NASDAQ has more like volatility. So... all right. Let's see. Yeah, we're pulling up Quant Tower. We'll see how that goes. Oh, dude. Sorry, the internet's hilarious. A lot of stuff trending now. My NASDAQ chart working fine on Quant Tower. Hey, what's up, dude? Dixie, rip it up. So that means the market's falling if the dollar index is ripping up, huh? All right, so let me see. Are we in? Okay, we're logged in. Let's try this again. All right, there goes. I got the NASDAQ chart working, but it's a little wonky, and that's all right. I'm just going to have to pull up the chart on a different platform here from Quant Tower. It must be the new year being weird. A 5-minute chart works fine, I think. Yeah, a 5-minute chart works fine. And so we're just going to have to keep a 5-minute chart up on the NASDAQ. We finally got it working here. I don't know what's going on. Stuff looks weak here, so, you know. Yeah, we're actually short the NASDAQ. We're up about 40 bucks. I want to let it break down a little bit more. I'd like a little bit more, and we've got some room. $40 up. 45, 50. We're going to go ahead and cut that. $50 there in profit on the NASDAQ. Catching that low break here real quick. Yeah, I had this guy follow me home one day when I was driving in my neighborhood. So this guy followed me home, and like I was going like 28 miles an hour. Like I remember looking at my speedo exactly. I was going like 28 miles an hour, right? So this guy follows me home, and he's like, "Hey man, why are you flying through the neighborhood?" And I said, "Hey man, I was going like 20. I was going under 30, bro. Like calm down, dude. Like stop. What are you following me home here? Like get a hold of yourself, bro. Like go home, dude." And he starts like I remember ended up getting into it and like walking up to him, and he ended up like his wife was with him, and she was really embarrassed for him, you know. And I was like, "Listen, man, like you're following people home. Like what are you doing in your life, brother? Like you're following people home. Like get a hold of yourself, man. Like get out of here. Like go home." And I think he ended up thinking about it and like actually going home and feeling, you know, hopefully he understood. I told him, I was like, "Listen," I told him some other stuff that I can't really say on stream. And none of it was vulgar. I just can't really, you know, like, listen, somebody's following me home. I'm going to tell them, you know, hey, I'm trying to think of that. I can't even really say what I told him, but, I told him if he steps foot on my property, you know, yeah, I can't really say it, but people are weird. People are weird, man. You know, and if I was like really speeding, it would be one thing. My guess, this was on Halloween like years ago. I think he probably had a couple sips of, you know, alcohol, and he was just a little bit intoxicated, is what I think it was. You know. Mara, yeah, Mara is one of the most highly traded stocks of 2023. Bitcoin up a lot today. Mara's up as well. Mara almost up to $26. This is one of the biggest gains. Like, look at Mara back here. So you can look at Mara. Mara has gone from $7.25, maybe less than that. Let's look at a 180-day chart. Yeah, so Mara was at $7 a share. And it's gone from $7 a share to over 30 at one point. This is mostly from Bitcoin. If you look at Bitcoin, guys, Bitcoin almost up to 50K. It's very close. Bitcoin at 46,500, hit 47K this morning. So Bitcoin shooting up on the, you know, date getting closer to that January 10th deadline that we got for the Bitcoin spot ETF. Again, Bitcoin at 46,500. Yeah, I can't really be specific about what I told him, but he calmed down. And, you know, again, I wasn't mean about it. I was just kind of like, look, man, like, we're in Texas. Like, following people home and getting on their property is the wrong move here, man. It's just not what you want to do. You know. It's kind of awkward after that, though. He lived, like, right down the street from me, so, you know. Do you trade the Russell ever? No, not really. Russell's mostly small caps, and so it's just a different niche of trading than what I usually mess with. Again, it's mostly small caps, right? On the Russell, I don't even know what the symbol, the futures contract of the Russell is. Mostly what I trade the S&P, the Nasdaq, and sometimes the Dow. It just depends on what the Dow's doing. It depends on what's volatile. Sometimes stocks will move in different ways, and specifically the index funds will move in different ways. But yeah, usually it's the S&P are the 3 index funds that I'll trade. I'll look at the SPY and the Q because that's basically the S&P. The SPY is the S&P, the Q is the Nasdaq. SPY breaking down though, look, just cracked lows at 472.15. Man, the SPY almost up to 500. I remember people saying 400 wouldn't hold. So it's good to see. Short-term pain. Is the market going to close red or green this week is what we should have asked people. Is the market going to be red or green? Whoa. Here, I'm going to pull up Discord. I think RTY is undervalued compared to the other indexes. I think, but the problem with the Russell is that it's small cap, right? So extension and value is a little bit more arguable, I think, because again, small cap companies are not like large caps in that, you know, you wait long enough, large cap stocks are going to go up. You know what I mean? You wait long enough, large cap stocks for the most part are going to go up. I don't necessarily think small caps are the same way. Like small caps have been downtrending since 2021, you know, since the beginning of 2021. So, I mean, I think it's certainly more arguable with the Russell because I think small caps are a little bit more arguable in terms of future longevity, strength, you know, continuation. I think it's just a little bit more arguable. Happy 24, guys. All right, guys. So again, this week we got the FOMC Fed minutes reports. Morning. What are we dropping? What targets? Tesla's down. Tesla looks like the reason we're down. I think people are prepping for the delivery numbers, which drop in about an hour. So delivery numbers for Tesla drop in about an hour. It is almost 8 a.m. Almost 8 a.m. So we got about an hour before the Tesla delivery numbers are in effect. So, hey, y'all also hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. Let's break 100 likes if we can. How many do we have now? We got 70 likes. So we could do better than this team. So again, if you haven't already, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. We appreciate it. Yeah, so again, we do have the FOMC meeting minutes report coming out tomorrow afternoon, so at 2 p.m. We got the FOMC Fed minutes report tomorrow at 2 p.m. Yeah, this Queen's Guard, knock it over. All right, team. Expectation number for Tesla is 475 to 480. Yeah, so Tesla expectations numbers. We'll put this up on the screen here so you guys can see it. It's probably something I should have dropped already. Expectation for delivery is at 480 and a half. So the projected delivery number stands at 480 and a half. That is the neutral, good to bad, bad to good number. So again, we'll put this up on the monitor as well. So again, 480 and a half. Here you go. So we just updated the middle text down here, so you can see 480 and a half is the expected number. Palantir, yeah, we're dropping a little bit. Everybody's gonna act like it's just the end of the world, but again, we had our 9th green week in a row last week, and we're still early, and we got a lot of economic reports this week too. And so it's kind of 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back type of thing in the NASDAQ that I'm seeing specifically here is that Tesla will beat the expectation number. Hey, 91 likes, guys. 91 likes. We got about 450 people here live. Slap the like button. Hit the sub button, team. We appreciate the love. Thanks so much. All right, guys, we're at 471.40s. It's free to like. Hey, we need one more like, guys. One more like. Palantir. I haven't looked at Palantir, bro. Palantir is one of those kind of like semi-meme stocks that went crazy and then lost hype. And now in the AI era, it's starting to finally rip back up. If you look at Palantir right here. So if you look at PLTR right here, you can kind of see 180-day chart. Huge moves. 10-day chart not looking that great. 90-day chart. 15-day chart looking rough, but a daily chart looking strong for Palantir. Great year with AI hype. Hey, thanks so much, team. We appreciate it. Thanks so much. Thanks, team. Appreciate it. Dow futures fall. Yeah, Dow is down. The NASDAQ is down. Man, if this is real fireworks, that's crazy. And see, it's in Korea. They did this crazy dragon firework. That's real, man. That's legit, man. That's cool. It's like Lord of the Rings type stuff. Everybody giving Adam Aaron some heat because he said Adam Aaron made a post December 31st. He said, quote, and again, we're quoting A.A. Ron here. Here's AMC's chart for 2023. Again, A.A. Ron's quote here. Again, quoting him. Quote, to the prophets of doom, certain that AMC would fail as a company and be forced into bankruptcy in 2023. It's December 31st, so we all know that you were wrong. AMC is still here, still innovating, still blazing new trails to the rest of you. Think apes. Happy New Year. End quote. A.A. Ron. What do you guys think of this? Good or bad post? Again, I think AMC looks rough right now. Looks rough. Barcoding. What do you guys think of this? I really think AI will be a bit muted this year compared to last. I think that fintech will do very well this year and in the next few years. Hopefully so. How would the market react if Tesla numbers are higher than 480? I mean, it depends on how will Tesla react, and then Tesla might influence the rest of the market. I'm not sure. Here's the NASDAQ. NASDAQ down to 405s. Again, the understanding of this is that if Tesla numbers come in higher than expected, that's good. More deliveries is better, and that will ultimately most likely increase Tesla price, which will drag the rest of the market to a certain extent up or down, depending on what the numbers show up. If they come in under expected numbers, Tesla, again, will most likely fall and drag the rest of the market back down. I think that's what this big move here is on the NASDAQ. I think that's what this big move here is on Tesla as well. And so, yeah, that's where we're at right now. Again, let me know in chat right now. You think the numbers will come in good or bad? We're still waiting for the numbers to drop. One month T-bills. What's the symbol for 1 month Treasury bills? 1 month. Anybody know what the symbol is for 1 month U.S. Treasury bills? I know the 10-year. I know the 30-plus year. Tesla expectation globally is 1.82 million. Those are coming out too. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, AMC, the problem with AMC is simple, man. The movie theater industry as a whole is struggling. It's not just AMC, it's all movie theaters, right? And AMC being one of the most well-known movie theater companies, that is what's given AMC problems. Again, the problem is that you don't need to go to the movie theater anymore to watch a lot of these new movies. Like, the conventional appeal of movies is that you would have to go to the theater to see movies that you haven't seen before, right? So like if you want to watch a new movie that just came out, you would have to go to the theater with your wife or spouse or girlfriend or whomever and watch, the movie there. You'd have to go to the theater to watch it. At this point in time, a lot of the big movies are coming out direct to streaming, Not all of them, of course, and that's kind of keeping movie theaters alive. But, when you get, let's call it 40% of new movies going direct to streaming, and again, all of these have to do with money making ability and like margins. Okay, and so if you don't know what I mean, like all of these changes has to do with margins in these businesses. Okay, you can see it a lot with like a good example of this is high production series like Game of Thrones, like The Walking Dead, like The Last of Us, like like Yellowstone, 1923, like all of these series, back 10-15 years ago, when a new season would come out for one of these series, it would happen every year. So every year you would get a new series, or every year you would get a new season, and everything was good and fine. But the problem was that doing it in that way was a gamble for the studios. The movie studios need better margins, is what they basically said. And so it's a gamble for them to do it, because basically if they spend all this production and money into putting out a new series or a new season, and then that season flops, they lose boatloads of money, right? And at this point in time in current markets, they're not willing to make that bet. They're not willing to make that gamble. They want a sure thing, an absolute sure thing now. And so what you see a lot is you see these studios not even beginning production on the new season until the first season does well, right? And so it's pushing it back to where now if you want to watch a new season, it's going to take a couple years at least to watch that new season. You see it with like Stranger Things, you see it with Game of Thrones, you see it with Yellowstone. Again, previously it used to be you got a new season every year. Now you got to wait 2, 3, 4 years sometimes to get a new freaking season in some of these shows. And again, it has to do with, instead of the studios gambling on the outcome and just doing what was right and starting to work on the new season immediately, they instead wait for the first season to do well and then they start working on it. So it's just pushing it back, as well as like it's also much higher quality stuff right now. Like these are basically mini movies. Every season is basically like a really long mini movie. So it's a lot of work, but yeah, that's kind of what's going on. And again, it's affecting movie theaters. It's the same reason why a lot of these movies are going straight to streaming, is because they don't want to take the risk. Putting it in theaters is a risk, right? Because if it goes into theaters and fumbles and does poorly, not only does that look bad on the studio, but it also is much more expensive. And so a lot of people are saying it's a lot easier. Like you see this with Conor McGregor in the new Roadhouse movie. Jake Gyllenhaal wanted it to go straight to theaters, but Jeff Bezos and Amazon put it straight to streaming. And so a lot of people are upset, but it has to do with margins. They want that sure thing. They're not willing to gamble on putting it in theaters and having it do poorly and then all that stuff. So a lot of stuff, again, let's call it 40% of movies are going straight to streaming. Movie studios are losing a lot of money. Like their margins are getting affected by it. They're losing market share. They're losing usefulness. Their utility is going down because you don't need to go to them anymore. And so it's an interesting look at what this is going to be in the next 5 to 10 years and what movie studios in general are going to look like in the next 5 to 10 years. It's up in the air. I'm not sure. But I think it's an interesting nuance of it for sure. I think it's interesting to watch. Again, Nvidia bop it up today. Look at this. Nvidia bouncing. Went up to $4.95. Let's see if there's a reason for this. Apple stock downgraded. Anybody know why Nvidia popped up like this? I'm looking for some news. I don't see anything. Yeah, they did. Yeah, I don't see the news, but look at Nvidia pop up right here. We're still waiting on the news. Let me see if we can find it somewhere else. Hold on. Did anybody ever give me the 1 month treasury symbol bills? Treasury bill symbol. All right, so Nvidia named a best idea for 24 at Stifle. Anybody know why Nvidia's up? I'm looking for the news online. I don't see anything. Yeah, Bitcoin up a lot, of course. And look at Nvidia starting to bounce here, so it's trying. That's the symbol? You gotta be a better one than that. And Bitcoin at 46.5K. Again, hit 47 earlier. Okay, thank you. Yeah, it's BIL. BIL is the symbol. It's 1 to 3 month T-bill ETF. Thank you, sir. It's at 91.40s, but yeah. Yeah, again, Bitcoin up to 46.5 almost. Hit 47 earlier. Maybe that was just the Bitcoin futures that hit that. So it hit almost 46 earlier. It's at 45.5 right now for Bitcoin. Let me see what chart this is. Yeah, this is just Bitcoin futures. Wait, what did I just do? Said a marker was made? I don't know what I just did on this. Alright, there we go. Yeah, almost to 46 was the high. Alright, team. Again, Tesla delivery numbers today. We'll see if we hit it or not. Looking at our votes. 60% are bullish, 40% are bearish here. Again, slap that like button, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate it, team. Again, Tesla delivery news dropping this morning. Again, we got about 45 minutes until these numbers drop. About 45 minutes. Nvidia pulling back a little bit. Tesla still sideways in anticipation of this report. Apple sinking. Yeah, Apple got downgraded is what happened for Apple. So Apple downgraded. I could check it. Boyd Gaming. Yeah, I mean, I see Boyd Gaming. It is on the New York Stock Exchange. All right, team, we got over 500 people here live. Again, we do have the Tesla delivery numbers dropping today. Again, it's a pretty big release for Tesla. First trading day of 2024. Let's let it go well. you guys had what did you guys do for New Year's? Let me know. Let's see if the SPY breaks down for the first day of 2024. We'll see. Again, I'm waiting for him. Nvidia just broke down under the VWAP and under the 200 EMA. I think that's a weak sign. Let's see if we get anything good. SPY major flop. Again, it's a busy week this week. I'm ready for it. It really is a busy week. Like, we got a lot of stuff going on. The last couple weeks have been slow, and so I'm actually excited for the busy week because it's been really kind of boring, in all honesty. It's been boring. We haven't had anything go on. A lot of holiday action. But today, again, we got manufacturing PMI. We got Tesla delivery numbers. We've got ISM and JOLTS job report tomorrow. We got the FOMC Fed minutes report tomorrow. Thursday, we've got jobless claims, services PMI, non-farm employment data. All right, Friday we have unemployment numbers and non-farm payroll numbers, as well as European CPI. Next week we've got we also have non-services PMI tomorrow as well. Again, that's all next week, or that's all this week. Next week we've got CPI and then PPI Friday. So CPI Thursday, PPI Friday, wholesale inventories Wednesday. We're going to have to find what else we got next week. Let me see. And then we also have we got CB employment. Yeah, next week is slow. Either they haven't updated it. Next week we got CPI, except for next week is slow, excluding CPI, and then PPI on Friday. Weird for PPI to show up on Friday, but that's all right, I guess. Let's see what the market does. Again, market's been down all morning for the first day of 2024. Yeah, so they're at around 8 a.m. Central Time. Yeah, 9 a.m. market time. I don't like the current state, which resembles previous huge drop down to 198, the lowest line for bullish structure, 247. I'm assuming you mean on Tesla. Yeah, we got almost 600 people here, team. So again, slap that like button. We appreciate the love. Thanks so much. We're going to throw this in sub-only mode as well here, team. So if you haven't already, subscribe. You know you want to. Just try it one time. Listen, everything we do here is free. My big thing here is, like, I don't want to be another day trading guru. We don't sell a course. We don't sell a service. We don't claim to be experts. We don't act like gurus. We don't charge for anything. Everything we put out there is completely free. Everything we put out there is completely free. We have no paywalls behind any of our content. And so you can get everything for free. We're going to go ahead and cut that. So we just made a little bit more on day trading today. So we are up a cool 150. So yeah, everything we do is completely free. The reason we get thousands of people here for our big reports is because we cover everything very quickly. We cover CPI, PPI, jobless claims, retail sales, everything Tesla delivery day, earnings, all the big earnings reports like Apple, Amazon, Google. We cover everything here live for free every weekday morning. We stream daily here, and we don't charge a penny for any of it. Like, I don't want to be a guru. I'm not even claiming to be a good trader. We just kind of report on economic data and trade for free. Yeah, I think this year is going to be a good year. It's an election year, which is usually a good sign. Like, election years, to put it into perspective, there's a very common trend with markets. It's during election years, usually they want to pump up markets, and that's something that we see very regularly, very predictably in markets is that. And so again, let's see if we get it this year. Let me know if you guys think 2024 will be a red or green year. Yeah, I mean, I still think movie theaters. I'm a big movie buff, guys. Happy New Year to you as well. I'm a big movie buff. I love movies. I'm a big movie guy. I love Tarantino. Like, Tarantino movies are my favorite. I like Christopher Nolan movies. I like Scorsese movies. Those are my favorite 3 directors. I love Spielberg, of course. And so my favorite 3 or 4 directors, Spielberg, Scorsese, Tarantino, and Christopher Nolan. Those are my top 4 directors. Let me know your top 4 in chat, or just whoever your favorite is. But again, I'm a big movie guy. I love movies, right? But again, I can't be dishonest about my future predictions. I think movie theaters are going to struggle moving forward. I think technology is growing in a way in which you don't need theaters as much anymore. Yeah, Bitcoin ripping up. Looks good. Apple down after downgrading. Yep. Yeah, if Stephen Burns with the greatest quote of the year, and this is so true, guys. Please listen to this quote. All right, listen to this quote. I'm going to tell you this quote. Do not ignore this quote. Okay, if an attractive girl DMs you about crypto or forex, block them immediately. Again, I'm going to say it again. I don't care how attractive you think you are. If an attractive girl DMs you about crypto or forex, run away. Block them immediately. All right, they are a scammer. They're a bot. They don't really look like that. It's probably some dude named Steve. Okay, they're trying to talk you into sending them crypto. They're going to promise you crazy gains. Run away, guys. Don't do it. Like, be smart, please. Don't do it. I've seen it so much over the years. I really have. I've seen a lot. Yeah, the real problem with AMC, and again, I like AMC. I'm in AMC right now. AMC is actually my largest holding, believe it or not. AMC is my largest holding. All right, and so I like AMC. All right, I'm in it right now. The problem is that everywhere you look, people are promising, like, it's delusions of grandeur. That's what it is. It's delusions of grandeur. The problem with it is that every day you get a new conspiracy about why AMC is going to hit 100K in a month, and it's just crazy unrealistic. Like, I'm for like looking at it objectively and having realistic targets. But if you're promising some unrealistic stuff about AMC, a lot of them are just trying to grow a following online. Like, they're just trying to tell people what they want to hear through confirmation bias, and they're just telling them what they want to hear, and they're getting follows for it. And so they're growing followings online by basically just pandering and telling them what they want to hear. That's what you see. And that's the unfortunate part of that community. And unfortunately, again, a lot of young, naive, new traders get wrapped up in it because they don't know any better, right? So when they hear when they hear all these different people telling them that AMC stock is going to hit 100K this year, or whatever the freaking crazy number they're saying now is, a lot of them want to hear it. You know, they want to hear it. They want to see that. Again, unfortunately, though, it's just not really like that. And, you know, but she's so pretty. Yeah. Again, the funny part, again, I've been watching Catfish. There's this YouTube channel called Catfish, and I've talked about this before, but bro, some of these people, it's like, dude, I don't know if they're narcissistic. I don't know if they're just at a place in their life where they just need, like, they need the attention. I don't know what it is, but, like, a pretty girl messages them and they're like, hey, what's up? You know, You're cute, he. And then they're like, oh man, I got this dime emailing me or messaging me. I got this beautiful girl messaging me. It must be real. You know, I must be that handsome. You know what I mean? Just randomly, you know. And then the crazy part is like they'll form like a relationship. They'll be like, yeah, I'm an account manager. I'll earn you 100%. Send me crypto. And they send them like 10K in crypto. And then they come back and they're like, ooh, you know, we turned your 10K into 25K. Will you take me out on a date with that money? And they're like, sure. And so then they think that they've got like a girl, they got 25K, and they're just going to ride off into the sunset. And then they keep depositing, and they keep giving them money, and then they'll never see any of it ever again. They'll never see their crypto ever again. It's an unfortunate thing. I feel for some of them. Some of them I'm just kind of like, bro, you deserve this. But some of them are like usually it's like the old widows that I feel for. Like they do it to like old widows who like miss their husband, and you know, it's just hard to watch sometimes. Oh, I like Twilight Zone. I like the old 80s Twilight Zone with Dan Aykroyd. The movie with the gremlin on the plane. Oh, it works, dude. I saw one of them where the guy again they promised they were like a crypto account executive, and that if he sent them money, they would send him money back, right? So he ends up sending them like 30K. You know, and they keep reporting back to him like they're making money just so they can milk more money from him. So he sends them 30K, and they keep being like, yeah, now we've turned your 30K into 120K. And so the dude thinks he's got rich, right? The dude's like, oh, I've gotten rich. I'm rich now, you know, or whatever it is, even though 120K is not really rich, but like that's besides the point. And so anyways, they say, hey, we'll send you your 130K right now. You just got to pay taxes on it beforehand. And so they'll be like, hey, send us 20 more thousand and we'll send it to you right now. And the guy is so desperate to get his 120K that he just sends them more money, and they just milk it like that. Again, it's sad, unfortunately. It really is sad. They get really good at it, at promising the world. And again, it's confirmation bias. Like he wants to believe that he's got 120,000 sitting in there, even though it's nothing. It's nothing. They're just milking more money from him. Wow, just looked at the channel. See what you mean. Yeah, there's one where this old biker lady thinks she's in a relationship with Johnny Depp, and that Johnny Depp needs her to send him Walmart gift cards, you know, to test their love. You know what I mean? Just to test their love. Yeah, I feel for some of them. I really do. But all right, guys, again, you can kind of see Tesla estimates are at 480,500. We think the numbers are going to come out right around 9 a.m. We don't know exactly when it's going to be. It should be around 9 a.m. Again, if the numbers come in higher than expected, that's going to be a positive sign for Tesla, which you can see is sitting right around 240s. If numbers come in under expected, that's going to be a negative sign for Tesla. Again, might drop the stock, which in turn influences the rest of the market. We'll see what happens. Yeah. We had a manager pay someone in Target gift cards to a guy that said he owed $3K in back taxes. Yeah, I've gotten those messages. They'll be like, hey, you know, you're going to go under, you're going to, you know, if you don't send us $2,000 in Amazon gift cards right now, you know, you're under arrest, you know. And again, the problem is they get like old senile people to fall for it who are like scared, you know. I feel for them. They prey off the weak, you know. Tesla going under 245 today. I don't know. It could, JT. I mean, it's at 246. It depends on what these numbers show up as. It's already down some, and so I do think we have to take some of this weakness into play already. Like you can kind of see, it's already down a lot. It started to drop a couple hours ago, and again, you can kind of see it here. So we already got all this big weakness in the stock. So it started to dip. We got big weakness. And so we already have some extension on the downside, I would say. I don't know what we're going to do now, but we already have that downside extension here for Tesla. We'll see if it ends up bouncing back. Yeah, I've seen the ones that get revenge on them. And again, I've talked about this a bunch, but my daughter and I's favorite show to watch is Catfish. I think it's good for her to see. She's a teenager. You know, I think it's good for her to see because it lets her know that, like, if some handsome kid messages her one day being like, yo, you know, let's meet up or whatever, that, you know, he might be some 50-year-old named Bob. You know what I mean? And so it's good for her in that way so that she understands the internet's full of fakes. And some of them don't have good intentions. Whew. Bob, yeah. Yeah, I've made a couple trades. Again, we're up. Look at Tesla bounce, though. So I see Tesla bouncing up a little bit. I don't think it's from delivery numbers. Rivian numbers just came out, guys. So Rivian numbers did just drop. I think this has to do with them. We're going to put these numbers up in chat. Rivian, another EV brand, produced 17,541 vehicles in quarter four and delivered almost 14,000 fiscal year 23 deliveries. Or 50.1 thousand. So again, Rivian, which is another EV brand, you can see their numbers right here. They produced 17.5 thousand vehicles in quarter four and delivered almost 14K. Fiscal year 23 deliveries came in at 50.1. And so again, you can see Rivian at $22, dipping down a little bit on these reports. I'm not sure what the expected numbers were for Rivian, but Tesla seems to be reacting positively to this. Chevron says for quarter four will be impairing a portion of its U.S. upstream assets, primarily in California, estimated to result in non-cash after-tax charges of about 3.5 to 4 billion in quarter four. But yeah, again, you can see Rivian with their numbers coming out. Yeah, I mean, Rivian is I like Rivian a little bit more than other EV brands. Specifically because it's got some production and delivery numbers. It might be underwhelming relative to the estimates here, but like Rivian seems to be an okay company, and I see Rivians driving around in my area. So I see Rivians out and about, which is a positive sign. Like more often than I see any other EV brand outside of Tesla. I see Teslas everywhere, of course, and this is all excluding Tesla. Tesla's obviously the king of EV. Rivian's number 2, I would say. But again, these seem to be underwhelming numbers for them, and they're dropping down a little bit over 22. Is it time for a buy in Rivian? I don't know. Rivian has Amazon backing it, is the positive thing for Rivian, right? So Rivian has Amazon, you know, getting behind it and pushing it. So that's obviously a positive thing for it. But yeah. You can see Rivian numbers. Tesla bouncing back a little bit. I see a lot of Rivians here in Texas. So again, I see a lot of Rivians here. And again, you can kind of see their delivery numbers for Rivian. All right, we're dipping down to 21.3. All right, guys. So again, Rivian down. Look at Tesla fall down a little bit here. So I don't think Tesla numbers are out yet. Let me make sure. All right, so we got the delivery numbers. Look at Tesla fall. Tesla at 246.10s here. 246.10s. All right, it's EV delivery day. Looking at NKLA, looking at Rivian. Look at Tesla fall all the way down to 246, and then look at Rivian bounce a little bit. So you can see there's an inverse correlation between these two. Yeah, still waiting on the Tesla delivery numbers to come out. Yeah, let me look at the Tesla site. All right, so yeah, we're looking on the site. Okay, so here's we're waiting for the. They're not out yet. We'll see the numbers put up in chat. So we're waiting. All right, you guys ready? Yeah, I'm looking up the news about the explosions on Roosevelt Island is where they're speculating. No clear cause. Residents in both Manhattan and Queens reported what they sounded like small. Just before 6 a.m. this morning, they resolved within about an hour. One building was said to be shaking. A large firefighter effort was present at the scene before dawn. No injuries reported. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. All right, the Tesla delivery numbers are out. So Tesla deliveries are out, guys. Look at this. Look at the pop. Tesla deliveries. All right, so I see a big bounce up. I don't see. Let me see. I'm looking on Twitter. Tesla numbers. Okay, so Tesla delivery showed up at 4,084.5. 4,084.5. Production numbers came in at 494,989. And so again, total deliveries came in at 484.507. 484.507. Production came in at 494.89. So hopefully you guys got it. But yep, we're going to put these up on screen as well. Give me a second. All right, so again, here we go. All right, so again, like I said, they came in at 4,094 for production, 494.989 for production. Deliveries came in at 484. All right, so here's the numbers. 484.5. Tesla not really reacting. A little bit underwhelming reaction here, in all honesty. And so again, Tesla Q4 production came in at 494.989. Deliveries at 487 or 484. All right. So So again, these numbers are out. Tesla did better than expected. Again, they expected the delivery numbers to be at 480. They came in at 484.5. So higher than expected delivery numbers. Again, if you want to see the page here detailing all of it, because in the fourth quarter, we produced approximately 495,000 vehicles and delivered over 484,000. In 2023, vehicle deliveries grew 38% year over year to 1.81, while production grew 35% year over year to 1.85. Thank you to all our customers, employees, suppliers, shareholders, and supporters who helped us achieve a great 2023. You can see the numbers here. Production and deliveries total came in at 1.845 thousand for production and over 1.8 million for deliveries. Tesla starting to test the pre-market high. This should drag the market up a little bit from it. So pretty good news for Tesla. Better than expected. It was better than expected. It was higher than expected. Yeah, they hit 1.8 million. They hit for deliveries. Yeah, here, I'll put this up on screen. $1.809 million. There we go. So we put that up on screen. Again, total deliveries. Can't hit over 1.8. So Tesla just went green on the day up to 249. 249 right now. So Tesla did just go green on the day up to 249. Yeah, it should drag the market up too. So there's Rivian on the left. Let's see what happens to the NASDAQ here. NASDAQ starting to bounce up a little bit on this report. Look at Tesla rise here. So Tesla up to 250s right now. So again, there goes the delivery numbers. We're up to over 250 on Tesla, heading towards 251. You can see on the right side. Tesla rising. You can see the Q moving up a little bit as well. Let's look at the SPY also. SPY's rising a little bit. Hey, nice Paul up on my Tesla scalp. All right, Tesla deliveries again came in at 484.5. Production came in at almost 495, roughly 495K. Yeah, so again, these are better than expected. It should drag everything else up too. We'll see. Again, hit that sub button if you haven't already. We appreciate it. Yeah, so Tesla dipping down a little bit here. I'm curious to see what we get. We've got a little green day so far. I see a little cup and handle look on Tesla here. So this looks bullish. I don't know if it's going to hold, but it looks somewhat bullish, right? All right, we're going to take a little scalp on the NASDAQ here. We are in one contract of the NASDAQ. We got Tesla on the right side, so we're scalping this move. We're down slightly. Now we're up slightly. Again, we got a 1 minute chart up. We got one contract at the NASDAQ here. Got to see if we bounce back up on Tesla's strength. These numbers did come in better than expected for Tesla. And Tesla's already down like a decent amount already early in the morning. And so we'll see if we get some better action here. Let me see if we can change the song. All right, so we're down 15 bucks here. Tesla falling down. I'm gonna add a contract to this since we have $100+ cushion on the day. so we can add a little bit to it, see if we get a bounce into profit. All right, we're right around our level here. Let's see if we bounce a little bit. Let's see if Tesla bounces at 249. We already got a decent cushion on the day already, so hopefully we can get a nice little pop and a bounce here. All right, let's see if Tesla holds right here. The previous closing price is right underneath this. That's usually a pretty good support level. All right, so we're flat on this trade. I want to give it time to make a bounce too, but look at Tesla come down. That's not necessarily good here. We're right over that previous close right here on Tesla. You can see the light blue line. Retracing back up a little bit on the NASDAQ. So the data already dropped. The data came out early. So the delivery numbers are already out. You can see them underneath me at the bottom of the screen. All right, so Tesla did bounce a little bit at 249. Again, we're in the NASDAQ long. Again, we got a cushion on the day. I don't like this drop though. It's a pretty big drop. I'm not sure what it was from though, but we're gonna end up cutting this pretty soon. Yeah, I'm gonna cut that. I don't like that move. So we ended up being down. We're down on the day about 80 bucks now. We took a swing with our profit. We'll see if we get a bounce. I just don't want to lose that much. Whales pump and dump. Yeah, I mean, Tesla did end up bouncing back, which is interesting. Like, look at the bounce back. So it did end up happening. The Q didn't really follow it, though, unfortunately. But Tesla did bounce right at that previous close. We might scalp this again too. All right, so we did scalp a little bit more. We are back up. We're up about $70. We already took a little bit of profit too. So we got green on the day already. We did bounce back up to test this level here. I want to see if it holds. Maybe we should have taken that profit. Luckily, we're green on the day again. We're up about 40 bucks. Look at Tesla rise back up to 250. I probably should have taken that profit here, but we're going to be flat on the day if we cover this, so it could be worse. Not quite fat. A little bit down, maybe. We'll give it time, though. Look at Tesla rise to 250. What's dragging this down? Is it Apple? Let me see. Yeah, Apple's falling. Microsoft back under VWAP. So this looks weak. All right, so we got a retracement. We're completely flat on the day right now, basically. See, I could add to this is the question. And I like this. I think it looks strong. I think it looks like a flag pattern here. So I'm going to go ahead and take that risk and add to it. See if we can fix my average. Yeah, we got a little bit of profit on the day. You can see we're up. I just want to see if we bounce. There we go. We're green. Flat. All right, so we just took half off, protected the trade. We'll go ahead and take the rest off there. So we are right back where we started. We're up about 110 bucks on the day. This looks like a triangle pattern, so we jumped right back in. And again, some of my best trades are trades where we jump right back in. So again, we're back up to being up 100 and something. We'll look for an area where we can take a larger swing. The timer's done. So yeah, the news dropped early. You see the numbers at the bottom of the screen. Next we have manufacturing and service, next we have ISM PMI data, I believe. Let me check. Yeah, so we've got manufacturing PMI. I don't think it's ISM PMI data. Let me see. Yeah, so it's S&P Manufacturing PMI. It's not ISM, though. ISM stands for the Institute of Supply Management. Tomorrow we got JOLTS, Fed minutes, ISM manufacturing data. Thursday we got non-farm employment, jobless claims, services, PMI, and a bunch of other stuff too. Now, if the screen is blurry, it's on your end, not mine. All right, let's see what Tesla does. Tesla's right here. It's right here. We dipped a little bit on the Q. Although we do look like we're in a bear flag pattern, too. Yeah, but people always get mad if the screen's blurry, but it's like, bro, that's on y'all's end. I can't control whether your screen is blurry. It has to do with your internet, not mine. Let's see if markets end up ripping. We're watching Tesla as a big potential indicator for the rest of the market. Watching Nvidia too. Like, here's the Q on the left. Here's Nvidia. That is an interesting one. John, my chair is uncomfortable. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Yeah. I know I'm right. It's all good, though. I actually hear that question a lot. Like, John, my screen's blurry, bro. All right, so we just got into another little scalp here. We're up 25 bucks on the rest. You can see my P&L right here. We're up about 175 or so on the day if we end green on this one. I'm gonna go ahead and lock that in. Okay, so yeah, we're up a little bit more than that now. We are up exactly 175. So we got a great win-loss ratio. So we've only lost like one. We got an 11 to 1 win-loss ratio today. So I'll take it. And if you want to see like what my system is every day. So again, we actually have a video breaking down my system. This is on a platform called Top Step. It's a funded account program in futures in which they give you a demo in futures, a demo account. And if you could pass the challenge in testing, they fund you the same amount. So the base one's $50K. They give you a $50K demo. If you can make $3,000 in profit on that $50K demo without losing over $2,000, so it's a 2 to 3 ratio, and they have some other rules that you have to follow. If you could pass that test, they fund you $50K with a 90% split. So if you take that $50,000 funded account and you make $10K, you get to keep 9 of that. They also have free funding coaches, tons of great resources. You get to keep your first $10,000 in profit anyway. And just taking this builds your skill. It really does. It helps you learn how to trade. Most day traders lose money. And so you can either put up thousands and probably lose that trying to look cool with real money, or you could try a funded account program, limit your risk. If you can pass it, great. You get $50K in funding, 90% split, and that's just the base combine. Or if you lose, you're only out $49 for the base combine. So it's the best of both worlds. They are a sponsor of mine. I'm biased in their favor. If you want to check out the link, it is right here. A great way to help support your boy here on this channel. There's the link if you want to check it out. You can also watch our video on how we get funded, like what we do here, and we got a video on how to get funded in 48 hours, like how you really do it. Here's the link if you want to check out that video. But it really breaks down in an understandable way my risk system, my system that I go through every day. So here's that video right there if you want to check it out. But again, also outside of funding, my TOS account, so the right account that you can see the Tesla chart on, has got 50, 60K in it, depending on what I'm doing at any point in time. But it's we got over 6 figures in buying power on my Thinkorswim account, TD Ameritrade. Humana, I don't know enough. I know it's an insurance company, but I don't really trust insurance companies like that, and I think they can be volatile. Although Humana has been one of the big boys that have been around for a long time. I don't really like the price action over the last year, but I think long term the trend is solid. You know, I think Humana, if we look at Humana chart here, or however you say it, if you put up a long-term chart, I think that obviously looks pretty good, and it's at the bottom of the range. But I think anything could happen here, especially with these insurance companies. So I think it's something in which you got to be careful, but I don't mind the long-term chart. All right, so we're starting to push up a little bit on the NASDAQ. You see the NASDAQ bounce. Tesla bouncing. Again, remember, team, we talked about this previous closing price. Like, we talked about this specific level right here, and you can see us bounce directly off of that level. And so, again, if you're not watching the previous closing price on your chart, you're missing out on one of the most influential levels on any stock chart, is the previous closing price. It's the light blue line. You can also see the volume weighted average price. I understand why you might think some of them are AD. Top Step, number one, does have live funding. So they have what's called an express funded account and a live funded account as well. So they do have real funding. Top Steps has been around for over 10 years. And again, you got to think of it from a reasonable perspective. I think a lot of people take these funded account programs and they just say, oh, they're all scams, because people end up losing money, right? But again, you have to understand, putting the money up yourself, you're probably going to lose that. You know, it's not really an arguable thing. In day trading, almost all traders lose. And so for $49, you can have a challenge. And again, some paper trading accounts cost more than Top Step's base combine on a monthly basis, right? And so some paper trading accounts cost more than this. And it teaches you how to trade in an understandable way. That's how you have to use it, as a way to learn how to trade with limiting your risk. If you can pass it, and if you're good enough to pass it and get funded and withdraw, great. If you're not good enough to do all that stuff, you're almost certainly going to lose less money than you would putting up the money up yourself and day trading on that account. And I mean, that is a very obvious thing, I think. A very obvious thing. Yeah, delivery numbers are out there at the bottom. So yeah, we came in at 484.5 deliveries. Production came in at almost 495. Yeah, again, most of the time what happens is, like, people try it out, they lose money, and then they get mad at the platform. It happens a lot with a lot of different stuff. I'm not saying there's not sketchy prop firms, but Top Step is one of the most legit ones. But of course, they're a sponsor, so I'm biased, of course, because they're a sponsor of mine. Well, you don't automatically get the times 100 AD. That's what I'm trying to say, man. So, like, you're saying $50 to get X, 1000X. You don't automatically get 1000X. You have to pass the test, and again, you have to pass it and prove. Even once you're funded, if you want to get live funding, you have to do a little bit more stuff. So it's not like you're just automatically getting 1000X, brother. It's a test to see if you can, you know. Right, 100%. Like, the odds that you're going to lose money putting the money up yourself is so much higher. Again, you got to look at it from a reasonable perspective. A lot of people day trade and lose, and they're going to blame whatever they, like, again, most day traders aren't introspective. So again, if you're day trading, I'm very open about this. I'm probably the most honest about this. Almost all day traders are going to lose money, without question. Almost all day traders are going to lose. Now, you can put the money up yourself and risk thousands of dollars trying to look cool, or you could try a funded account program. You know, most traders lose. It doesn't matter where they go. It's a lot cheaper to lose on Top Step than it is to put up the thousands yourself and risk that. I promise you, from somebody that's done it, I wish I had something like that when I first started. Because again, $49. Like, some paper trading platforms cost more than that. I used to use DOS paper trading. It used to cost $130 a month just to paper trade. And so you got to have a reasonable perspective about it. Most people are going to fail. Most people are not going to be able to pass it. Most people are not going to ever withdraw from it. But again, that's the same with any day trading platform whatsoever. Most people are not going to ever make money. And I don't think you can really knock Top Step for that, you know. PMI data comes out at 9:45. January, let me look back at historical volume for January. Yeah, I'm trying to look up historical volume for January. Let's see. Let's just look at it this way. So here's Humana. Here's the SPY. Let's look back at a month. Do we have a monthly chart? I think we can. Let me look. Let me see if they let me do a monthly chart. Weekly. Monthly. Okay, they do let me do a monthly chart. All right, so let's take a look at the months of January. All right, so here is January of 2023, right here. January of 2023, volume-wise, is right here. It had volume of about 1.588 billion. 1.588 billion for January on the SPY. So that's 1.588 billion. Let's look back at 2022, which is right here. It had volume of 2.5 billion. Let's look back at 2021. It had volume of 1.4 billion. Let's look back at 2020. It had volume of 1.44. So I'm looking at volume is typically anywhere between like 1.4 and 2.5 billion. We can look back at 2019 as well. Here's 2019 right here. It had volume of about a little bit over 2 billion. So anywhere between like 1.4 to 2.5 billion in volume for the S&P for January. Right, doing a prop firm challenge will help your trading if you do the right one, like Top Step. And again, most people fail. That's what you have to understand, not just on Top Step, but day trading altogether. And so you have to have a reasonable perspective of it. If you have a way to limit your risk, take a challenge, and that challenge builds your skill, and it's for $50 a month, and if you're good enough to pass it and take withdrawals from it, if you're really good, I don't think we can really knock that, you know. All right, so we're getting a pretty big pullback in the SPY and the Q. Look at this big dip. We just broke lows on this SPY just now, so we just cracked lows. Tesla's still dipping down a little bit as well. Let's look at the Q. Yeah, Apple got downgraded and is dropping pretty significantly this morning. That's what's dragging a lot of stuff down. It's been falling too. Yeah, I was green on TOS in 2023 and Thinkorswim. Right, but that's why prop firms, I think, are good in that regard, Mike. Mike says paper trading is good, but there isn't that emotional attachment that will hit you when you trade real money. That's exactly right, but I think that's one of the reasons like Top Step makes sense, because it gives you a middle ground of that, right? So you're not putting up 10K yourself risking that, so like an overboard of like emotion, and you're also not just basically paper trading with no goal. And so it's a perfect middle ground where you have some pressure. If you lose, it's not the end of the world, but it's still not nothing if you lose. And if you're good enough to pass it, you actually get something. So you want to pass it, you have to have risk management. It builds that type of understanding and conditioning factor of trading where you have to get used to trading. You have to fear the market to a certain extent. I think it's a perfect middle ground. But again, they're a sponsor, so of course I'm biased naturally in their favor. You know what I mean? We've got lo-fi mostly, Mr. Scruff, mostly lo-fi music playing in the background. Yeah, so we got manufacturing PMI 945. Boeing. Yeah, Boeing gapping down a little bit. The SPY bouncing right back up, though. The Q bouncing a little bit up with it. Again, watch Tesla at 249 in the previous close. I think that makes a lot of sense. I think it all comes down to how serious you take it. If you aren't feeling bad when your paper trade isn't working, your mental game isn't there. Yeah, but I think to a certain extent, like, it's not the same, I think, you know. I think it just varies. It really does. And, like, it depends on the person, you know. All right, so look at the Q bounce. Look at Tesla bounce as well at 250s. Let's see if it continues. All right, so look at the SPY and the Q dipping down a little bit. I'm still watching the SPY. The SPY is at 472, so the SPY bounced all the way back. I wonder how much of it is due to Tesla. Do you know why TOS is not allowing shorting coin? It's probably because it's HTB right now. Yeah, it's hard to borrow. So there's not a lot of shorts available, which makes sense. It's a very risky short right now because if the ETF gets approved, you could be in trouble. Yeah, it's a bunch of good books. Trading in the Zone is a pretty good one by Mark Douglas. Rest in peace, the man. All right, shorting Tesla now. Hey, good luck, bro. Tesla had good delivery numbers today, so I mean, it went from red to green real quick, back up to almost 250, bouncing a little bit right off of that previous close, and I think that's helping the market back up to a certain extent as well. You know, again, we got about 15 minutes until the market opens. Hey, what's up, Tiny? Yeah, watch the. Again, I still think. I still think Georgia should have been in the playoffs, in the college football playoffs. When you see how they did versus Florida State, I still think they should have been in the playoffs, but it's all good. I mean, I know Florida State lost their QB, but like still, I'm an LSU fan, and we, struggled in the game, although we won the bowl game. All right, SPY still moving up. The Nasdaq still bouncing up too. See spam. All right, so look at this. Look at the Q hitting that previous or that volume weighted average price level. So we'll see if this is a rejection spot. Tesla's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green candles in a row. About to close this candle to finalize that 7. So there's the 7th candle. Here's a new candle opening up. There it is right there. So again, Tesla over 250. It's had, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green candles in a row. Q pushing up with it. We still got 15 minutes. So there was some trader that turned 30K into $1 million on DocuSign. He had to have insider information, though. All right. All right, guys. Hey, we got 14 minutes left. 14 minutes left. Okay. All right, so again, SPY is moving up a little bit. So we are bouncing some up on the SPY. All the banks and everything were closed. I'm just glad everything's opened up. Honestly, I'm glad the holidays are over. I love Christmas. It's like my favorite holiday ever. But like, I also understand that it's stressful for me personally. Like, it gets kind of stressful real quick, you know. And so I'm glad it's almost over. Or I'm glad it's all over. Yeah, it was time. Like, it really was time. Last year was the AI year. What do you think? Which sector will carry this year? I'm not really sure. I think AI could carry it again. I think people are going to start using AI more and more. Yeah, it had to be insider info. Yeah, I would probably take profit pretty quickly too. Look at Nvidia. Speaking of Nvidia though, look at Nvidia bounce. Nvidia up to 493.20s. Yeah, I'm glad it's over too. It was time. Like I said, I love my kids. My kids had a great holiday. For me, though, I'm just glad it's over. You know, it was time. It was time for it to finish. Back to normalcy. Yeah, I'm ready for it to end. Because again, like you prep for it. I'm ready to have a couple months of easiness. All right, so again, Tesla at 250s. We got 10 minutes here, 10 minutes. We also have manufacturing PMI. Tesla with a triple top. Although, let me be honest, this does look like a flag. Let's just draw it out real quick. This does look like a flag in my opinion. You know, I think we have to look at it like this. I think the flag is very obvious. Here's the pole. And then there's the flag. Let's see if we break or not. I think we could break. Again, we do have manufacturing PMI data. Tesla numbers are out. You can see them at the bottom of the screen. All right, so look at the breakdown on the flag pattern here. We got 9 minutes left. See if we can get some good trades in. Again, I've got a green day so far. I do see Tesla kind of breaking here. Maybe my angle's off on this. Here, we're going to put this up on screen. But since it's Tesla delivery day, we'll make it a little bit larger so we can kind of see both. Part of me wants to buy this NASDAQ here. I'm going to take one contract. Let's see what Tesla does. I'm going to put Tesla at the top, actually. Maybe put like a 5-minute chart up here. There we go. All right, we're up $20. See if we can break this ahead of the opening bell. We're just going to lock that in, make a little bit more. We are up now a cool $200. At the opening bell, we got a nice little cushion. We got 8 minutes here. 8 minutes. So we did end up ripping. Tesla bouncing back up a little bit here. So there's the NASDAQ breaking over the highs of the day. So the NASDAQ just broke highs of the day here on the NQ. I'm sorry, it's not the highs of the day. It's the highs of the last few hours, though. So it's the highs since highs of the last hour and a half, I should say, not the highs of the day. Yeah, I don't know why Quant Tower's not pulling up all of them, but that's all right. Again, we got manufacturing PMI at 945 here, remember. Again, Tesla rising back up over 250s. Yeah, we got the delivery news for Tesla at the bottom there. Do you think market will like a worse than expected job data? I don't know. I think that's the question of the day. I'm not sure. I think jobs data drops, just to put this into perspective for everybody at home. So tomorrow we have the Jolts job report. That's a pretty big report. It's not huge, but it's big enough, right? So tomorrow we got Jolts. We also have the FOMC minutes report. So we got Jolts job openings, we got ISM manufacturing, we have Fed minutes report tomorrow. So big news tomorrow. I might buy this dip here. All right, so we just scalped it really quick. We made a little bit. We're over $200 on the day. Small little scalp there, though. I do like this, though. So I'm gonna take a risk with the cushion I have. We've got a $200 cushion on the day, and I'm going to take a risk with that. I think this looks good. Boom. All right, so we just made another $60 here. So we're up about 300 on the day now. So that's nice to see. This big down wick is the reason we ended up buying into it. You can see this big down wick here. So again, you can kind of see this big down wick here. This indicates so much buying pressure that whenever I see a stock go down a little bit and then shoot back up, it usually is pretty strong. And so if we buy that dip, you kind of get in and look for a little bounce like that, if that makes sense. It's kind of hard to explain, but again, this big down wick indicates so much pressure on the upside that usually you can get a quick little pop back up and scalp it for a couple cents. That's the goal of that, and that's why we did that. But yeah, so again, we got the FOMC minutes report tomorrow. We got the Jolts report tomorrow. We at 9:45 today, we have manufacturing PMI. So in about 15 minutes, we got PMI data also. What time is what at? The FOMC minutes report? It's at 2 p.m. We're going to stream the whole thing live. So again, if you haven't already, subscribe. Again, we're going to stream it all live like we always do here. And again, we're day trading in futures. And again, a lot of people underestimate how powerful the futures market can be. The futures market incredibly, useful for traders, because in the stock market, you're not going to be able to day trade if you have less than 25,000 in your account. It's a really difficult thing to day trade with less than 25K in stocks. And a lot of traders learn on stocks. And again, you can trade essentially the same price action as the SPY, essentially the same price action as the Q. In futures, no PDT rule. I can day trade. You can see I can buy market, sell market, all that good stuff. No PDT rule. Very similar to day trading stocks once you learn futures. There's just no PDT rule in futures. I can do so freely. And these funded account programs like Top Step are allowed. Again, they're a sponsor of mine, and so I'm biased in their favor, of course, because they pay me money. But very useful to get around the PDT rule and test your skill in trading. If you lose, it's not the end of the world. It's just a test of your skill. It's a challenge. If you can pass the challenge, they'll fund you, up to 150K. If you can't pass the challenge, you're only out $49, which again, to be fair, I think is most people. Most people are not going to be able to pass because most day traders lose money. Doesn't matter whether they're on toss, whether they're on top step, whether they're somewhere else. Most day traders lose money. And so this is a way to limit your risk, learn how to day trade with less money. Instead of putting up thousands like most day traders do and losing that, or trying to trade a cash account, try a funded account program in futures. It'll teach you how to trade to a certain extent. There's free funding coaches, tons of great resources, and it's just the most legit one in the world. They've been around for over 10 years. They pay out millions in actual withdrawals every year. They fund thousands a year. You can check it out right here. The job report is at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. is when the job report is tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and buy this dip again. I think it's possible we get a pop back up. Let's see if we do. Here we go. We got to cover this very quickly though. I don't want to hold this through the opening bell, so we're going to look for a bounce back up quick and then scalp that like there. All right, so we just made another $20. We're up about 3 on the day. Our win-loss ratio day trading futures today, guys. Look at this. This is one of the best win-loss ratios I've ever had. We're up 290 on the day. We have a 15-to-1 win-loss ratio. 15-to-1. I'm proud of that. That's pretty solid. 15-to-1 win-loss ratio. I think we've lost once or twice today, and that's it out of a bunch of trades. So no, the FOMC minutes report is tomorrow, Ranger. And the FOMC minutes report is not a meeting. It's not a Fed meeting. It is a recap of the last Fed meeting, a reaction of the last one. Right, and so every 6 weeks the Fed meets and does their FOMC meeting with Jerome Powell. 3 weeks later, they do the FOMC minutes report, which details why they chose to make the decision that they did in the previous meeting. We'll stream it all live, but it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow is when the FOMC minutes report is. I'm using Quant Tower. This is built into the platform I'm using, Jarrett, on Top Step, which is Quant Tower. This is the platform I'm using. All right, so we got our cushion. There's the opening bell today, guys. There's the opening bell. Big pullbacks on the NASDAQ at the opening bell. Let's watch Tesla, see what it does. Let's watch everything else to see what happens with big cap stocks today. We have Apple. Move it up to 187. Pretty extended on the downside at the open here. I might buy this dip. All right, so we're in this. Taking a really risky bet right at the opening bell here. See if we pop back up. Do it. Do it. Keep going. All right, we're going to get out of that. That's just too risky. We're up over $300. Just too risky. It looks like that was the right move. 16-to-1 win-loss ratio today. We're up 305 on the day. I'm glad I got out of that because, again, just too risky of a move. Man, somebody do something to my viewers. My viewers are at the bad number here, guys. We're at a bad number. Somebody do something with these viewers. All right, so we're starting to pull back and everything. Apple looks good right now, though. Okay, there we go. That's better. Tesla dipping down a little bit. I'm watching Apple, though. Man, NASDAQ pop it up a little bit. Now pull it back some here. Tesla under the volume weighted average price. Again, I'm watching Apple pretty closely because I think that's going to influence everything right now too. SPY testing VWAP. NASDAQ is a little bit more choppy, or a little bit more volatile, I would say. Tesla flushing down a little bit. I might start to short. I think this looks weak. Maybe I'm wrong though. But I think this looks weak. I think we're going to break down. And again, I could be wildly wrong. I'm just guessing based off of the price action of Apple specifically and Tesla breaking under the VWAP, both of them. And there's the flush. Let's see if it continues. Again, I could be wildly wrong. Don't copy me. I have no idea what I'm talking about. But it looks weak to me, personally. I guess it depends on what Apple does. The SPY's been a lot stronger here than the NASDAQ. I do like this hold, though. I think this hold looks good. And there's the breakdown. All right, so we're in long now. Kind of going against my intuition, which probably, I don't know. We'll see how I feel about it. All right, so we just made another $45. Very risky bet, but I'm watching Apple break highs is why I bought that. Apple's starting to break highs. we got a nice little cushion on the day. Yeah, so there's the breakdown. So again, I think my intuition was correct in looking weak and watching. Look at Tesla break under 249s, under 248s. So Tesla started to break down. Look at Tesla. So again, I called the weakness too. You get these intuitions based off of what blue chips are doing. And again, just to show you kind of how I'm able to call this is like I can look at Apple, I can look at Amazon, I can look at Tesla, I can look at all the other like big cap stocks that you might pay attention to, and then get a kind of understanding in what tech specifically is doing. With Nvidia is really the one dragging this down. Like look at Nvidia here. Nvidia dumping down here at 485s right now. And so that's how you can kind of see this and say, man, big weakness showing up. And that's how I can say about right here that I think this move looks weak. I think we're going to break down, and then we do. Even though I took a long in between then, and maybe I just got lucky, but, you know. You know how I always tell you guys that triangles and flags can break either way? I think Tesla is a prime example of that. Look at Tesla. Here's the flag. You know, there's the Tesla flag, and then look at the dump from it. So flags and triangles can break anyway. Nvidia's starting to bounce up a little bit. Now, I still think this is kind of weak. We're going to start taking larger swings here. Oof, I don't know if I like this trade, but... Come on, flush down. All right. All right, so we're going to short. Looks like it was a bad move. So let's see if we flush. Flush down. There we go. Took half off there. All right, so there we go. We locked that in. So we're up about 400 on the day. That counted as a loss. So we still got a 9-1, but we're up about 400 now. Risky short right here, but a lot of the time when we're close to this low, we flush it a little bit. Alright, so we just locked in a little bit more. We are now up about 425 or so on the day. 425. I see Nvidia starting to crack lows. And so we are starting to short. Yeah, I mean, the void, you're sensationalizing this a ton, bro. Tesla has dropped about $2 a share, brother. About $2 a share. You know, Tesla dropping 1% doesn't signal it's the end of the world for it, bro. I mean, I know you might want that to happen, but like, it's just not there yet, brother. Again, if this was a 5% drop, maybe it's something. But again, I think y'all got to watch charts a little bit more. If y'all start calling 1% drops, you know, the end of the world, again, it just means that y'all haven't paid much attention to charts. No offense to y'all. I'm not trying to hate. I'm just saying I see this a lot where people want a specific stock to fall. And so you get like a really baby drop and they all of a sudden act like it's just the worst drop ever. Yeah, I mean, look, Tesla, here's the previous closing price on Tesla. So we are literally about $1 away from that, maybe less. you know. So, I mean, look, here is a 4-hour chart. So we're actually in an upward trend, I would say, longer term on Tesla. So I think y'all can see this upward trend on a 4-hour chart, you know. But again, this isn't the end of the world. Not in Tesla terms. Again, Tesla moves a lot. All right, so look, the NASDAQ dipping down a little bit here, so let's look to short it. Yeah, it's all good, brother. Like I said, it's all love. I don't even think from 264 is a big drop for Tesla, not in terms of what it normally does. Again, look at a 4-hour chart. Look at a yearly chart is a good example of it, you know. But anyways, NASDAQ cracking those lows. I'm talking about on an intraday perspective. You know, it's roughly break even on the day. Yeah, Q break it down. NASDAQ flush it down here. I'm not going to short it. It's too extended on the downside. I might wait for a little pop up and short it. Yeah, I don't know if it'll hit 500, you know. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I'm definitely not an expert, Void. If you think I'm an expert, it's your first time paying attention, brother. Again, my big thing is I'm not an expert. I don't claim to be an expert. My channel's called Beginner Trading, sir. And so, again, it's all good, bro. It's all good, man. Again, I never said Tesla wasn't falling. I was saying it certainly is not like the end of the world drop, you know. And again, on a yearly chart that looks like this, brother. Look, like let's put this into perspective real quick. On a yearly chart that looks like this, you're saying this is a cataclysmic drop, sir? You know, again, it's all love, bro. It's all love, man. You know, good luck. I hope y'all make money. Maybe you're right. I don't know. But I don't think this drop is a huge, you know, sky is falling drop. But that's just me personally. NASDAQ is, what is falling pretty quickly on an intraday basis is the NASDAQ. We'll see if it holds. Yeah, definitely top 3 beginner traders in the world right now for sure. We got manufacturing PMI. I forgot today, guys. We do have manufacturing PMI, 945. Y'all be ready. Yeah, S&P manufacturing PMI today, team. Y'all ready? Yeah, it's no reason to argue, you know. And again, my bias is always the same, which is that, like, I get people that come here, and most of the time they've been bearish for like a long time. And again, Tesla's got the yearly chart that looks like this, right? But it's like this 3-day period, which the person seems to just be ignoring this comment, means that it's the end of the world, that it's like super weak right now. I mean, listen, it's all good. I hope Tesla goes up. Even if it doesn't, it's all good. You know what I mean? I just don't know if this is necessarily the big bearish signal that everybody's treating it. I think, in fact, if we zoom in, it looks actually bullish because we're at the bottom of a trend line. But again, we've moved up a lot. And so if there is an argument against it, I would say we're pretty extended on the upside. Maybe this trend's a terribly drawn trend, but I think we're in this trend right now. And I think we have been for a couple months. If you look at the trend, that's a poorly drawn version of it, but still, we'll see what happens. We are cracking lows though. Is AMD getting destroyed? What's Nvidia doing? Yeah, so AMD is following Nvidia. Nvidia is the weak one dragging the market down right now, and that's kind of what's going on with it. Is that again, Nvidia breaking down, it's dragging AMD, which is another microchip, down. PMI is expected today at 51.3. 51 point. Or no, I'm sorry. That's tomorrow's. PMI is expected at 48.2 for December. 48.2. Last time was 49.4. So a little bit weaker manufacturing expectation today relative to what we normally get. We got a minute and a half left, team. A minute and a half left. Might look to scalp NVIDIA. Yeah, NVIDIA's weak. You know, and again, the reality of it is, guys, like, if you want to know why my bias is like that, it's because you get stocks that are incredibly strong. Like, again, look at Tesla on the year. You know what I mean? Like, look at Tesla on the year. Tesla started the year off at 100. I remember when it was here. I thought it was super weak at the time. Now it's at 245. You know what I mean? And so I think what happens is you get people that are short, that are yelling weakness here, and so they're trying to confirm that they're right, and so they yell, this is weak, as it pushes higher and higher and higher. And then when it finally has a couple red days in a row, which you can see this little bitty circle right here signals the last couple red days, then they want to, like, there's a lot of ego that floats around, and so then people will start saying, oh, see, I told you, Tesla's weak. And it's like, dude, it hasn't dropped that much. It's down like such a small percentage relative to how much it's up on the year. Anyways, manufacturing PMI dropping right now, guys. Let's see what we show up as. We'll see if this influences the NASDAQ, which is down big on the day. Bounce it up a little bit. We're still under 17K. The NASDAQ is down. There's the numbers. So the numbers are out. They came in lower than expected at 47.9 for manufacturing PMI. 47.9 versus 48.2 expected. So weaker manufacturing data than expected here. Again, 47.9 versus 48.2. Weaker manufacturing data. We'll put this up on screen so you can see it as well as the Tesla numbers. We're going to put the S&P numbers up right here. We'll put them up on the bottom of the screen right there. There's the NASDAQ breaking lows. Yeah, I mean, Void, listen, I'm not going to keep arguing with you, brother. It's all good. Again, what I'm trying to tell you, man, is that here is Tesla chart since October. You know what I mean? If you think these three candles right here are super weak and signifying a crash, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, you probably don't pay that much attention to Tesla stock and understand, like, the volatility that Tesla stock really gives you. This isn't that weak of a move for Tesla. If Tesla was down under 230s, under 220s, then I might agree with you, brother. But again, if you're taking these three candles on an upward chart over the last couple months that look like that, again, you're kind of taking the chart out of context, you know. But again, it's all love, brother. It's all love, man. You know, maybe you're right and I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't feel like arguing about it anymore. Once we see 2008 percentage drops, then it's Houston. We have a problem. Yeah, we'll see. I think a lot of people consider the market extended on the upside right now. We've pushed up a lot over the past. Like, really what sparked this move was AMD. AMD sparked this move. AMD had its earnings report, which was much better than expected. If you look at the whole market leading up to AMD's earnings report, you can kind of see, like, look, let's make this a little bit larger. This is really when everybody was screaming market crash. So again, we had this big 3-month period of weakness here on a chart. And then AMD dropped their earnings report right here. And so again, on the SPY, on a lot of stuff, we had these big 3-month weakness. And then finally, when we dropped it and it ripped up, that's when the rest of the market kind of followed it, including NVIDIA. Like, you could see it on the SPY chart here. See, when this was sparked by AMD's earnings, actually. And so again, you can kind of see we have this big 3-month period of weakness. Everybody's screaming the sky is falling, it's the end of the world. And then AMD dropped their earnings right there, and it flew the market up with everything. Like the SPY, the NASDAQ, Tesla, NVIDIA, they all kind of followed it up. And so now that we've broken highs and we're still on this historic green streak in which the market has had 9 green weeks in a row on the SPY, on the Q, 9 green weeks in a row. This is starting the week off pretty rough. But again, I guess the point is like the same thing, the same argument with Tesla, where we've had such a historic run in all of these. Let me fix this. Like we've had such a historic run that, you know, if you look at Tesla, for instance, and you put up a weekly chart, Tesla has had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green weeks, had a couple sideways red weeks, and now we're right around 240s. So we'll see if we bounce. It's possible, but we do have this upward trend since October. Basically, with AMD's earnings report is what influenced it positively too. Yeah, I mean, if anybody calls anybody a beta, you know they've got to be like 12. Good day to you, sir. Have a great day. Historically, day one of a new year is a red day. Yeah, that's definitely what we're getting today. Look at the NASDAQ crack lows again. S&P starting to flush down too. Interesting. It looks weak here, guys. It does look weak. At this point in time, though, I do see Tesla starting to bounce back up. Yeah, good day to you, sir. Yeah, and if you find yourself, like, the problem, the problem with most bearish traders, like short traders like this, the problem with most of them is that they're on the wrong side of the biggest edge in the market, right? Like, the biggest edge in the market is on the upside, long term, right? So a lot of these guys are shorting for super extended periods of time, and maybe they watch The Big Short and they want to be like Michael Burry, or maybe they're just pessimistic. But the big edge the market gives you is on the upside long term. Like, the market's going to move up long term. Short term, it might crash. But when you start shorting the most successful companies in the world, I think there's a lot of emotion that comes with that. You know what I mean? And so I think those are the people where we have a couple red days and they start acting like it's just crashing. You know, but what they're missing out is on, like, again, it's very simple to disprove this. All you got to do is throw a yearly chart up on Tesla, and you can kind of see how much it's up on the year. You know, how much it's up on the year. Just a really successful year for Tesla. And so regardless of a 3-day pullback period, here, we're going to go ahead and cut that. So we just scalped another trade on the E-mini. We are up about 575. And again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Tesla does break under 200s. I don't know. I just think it's a little bit of a... I think traders get a little bit ahead of themselves with short predictions. Yeah, Happy New Year's to you guys as well. Appreciate the love, guys. Thanks so much. Yeah, I see people celebrating he's banned. Again, it gets to a point where, like, once I start telling them, hey, look, you're ignoring the yearly chart of Tesla. You know, you're ignoring the long-term chart here and where we're at relative to the long-term chart. Then it starts to, like, hey, we're not gonna, you know, debate anymore. They're just gonna start hurling insults. You know what I mean? And so it's just kind of like, all right, you know, time for you to go. Yeah, I'm probably gonna close down sometime soon. And then again, we're up like 6 on the day. We've got a almost 11-to-1 win-loss ratio. Here's the daily gains today. So we'll see what the E-mini gives us now. Yeah, most of them just get into big positions short. And, like, the good thing about longing blue chips is that you can usually hold it long enough and you're going to end green. The opposite is true for shorting. So if you get stubborn and you short something and you refuse to cut it, the longer you hold it, in blue chip stocks at least, the less likely it is to work. And that's why I always like longing blue chips. People call me a permabull, but it's all love, guys. I'm not really against the shorts. Like, I hope you guys make your money too. I'm really not against you. You know, do your thing, make y'all's money. I'm not against you, you know. Hey, thank you, Tom. Yeah, it's all good, Pawn. No worries, bro. All right, market's looking weak. Let's see if it flushes back down and breaks. We're close to the lows. Nasdaq's right around that low level. We'll see if it holds. Nasdaq is right at the lows. Watching Tesla basically come right back up. Nasdaq tested lows and bouncing right back up. But look at Tesla, though. Tesla's trying to go. We're watching the E-mini try to flush break. All right, so it's right around this low level here. Let's see if we flush break down. It's trying. Tesla rejecting at that 200 EMA level. I'm watching the SPY and the NASDAQ crack lows here. We're trying to give it time. Big flush down. Also, guys, man, look at the NASDAQ break even more down here. All right, so we've scalped a little bit more here where we're up over 1,000. I'm doing some off-stream trading. We're up over $1,000 today on futures trading. Our win-loss ratio is 14.5 to 1. Kind of going back and forth here a little bit. NASDAQ's starting to bounce up a little bit here. And the NASDAQ is what's really been weak here. And again, if you haven't already, check out my other sponsor called Chart Prime. This is helping my trading a ton today. Again, if you look at this here, let me show you guys. So it's a trading view indicator service you can use in stocks, futures, Forex, whatever has a symbol on trading view, you can use it. And again, I can't fake what I'm showing you, although I can't guarantee you're going to make money with them either. It's just kind of custom alerts. They have their own custom version of the VWAP. They've got a lot of cool stuff on here. But, like, test it yourself. It's genuinely useful if you test it yourself. So, like, look, these are 5-minute candles. Look at the sell signal showing up here. Beautiful breakdown. Look at the buy signal showing up here. Nice little breakout from that. And this is like 30 minutes of breakdown. This is like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. This is 30 minutes of breakdown. Look at this sell signal. Literally at the top, right before this huge breakdown for hours. Buy signal here, beautiful bounce. Sell signal here, we got a little bit of a dip. You may be able to argue that this one didn't work, but look at this sell signal up here. Beautiful breakdown. And so just for my own testing here, and again, I can't guarantee anything, but I also can't fake this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6 out of 7 of these work today. And they also show you like flag patterns. If you like oscillators, they've got a great version of the oscillator. Look, here's that triangle that we had drawn earlier. Worked beautifully here. Look at the breakdown from it. Just test it yourself. Genuinely useful. Look at the strong signals as well. Like test out every time it shows you a strong signal. Look at this. Beautiful breakdown. Look at the other strong one right here. Beautiful breakdown. And again, I can't fake this. This is a company called Chart Prime. Test it out yourself. Genuinely useful in my opinion. Although, again, I am biased, of course. I can't guarantee you're going to make money. They are a sponsor of mine. If you want to check them out, I'll put the link up in chat. Great way to help support this channel. Again, on this channel, we don't sell a course. We don't sell a service. We do have sponsors that we plug roughly every 30 to 45 minutes. So if you want to check it out, there's the link. No, we don't have any news today at 10. No news today. The only thing we got going on today, we got bond auctions for 3 and 6 month bills a little bit later in Atlanta Fed GDP now, dropping at 1 p.m. Yields are going up. And again, if you want to check out Chart Prime, you can also use this little promo code right here. You get 40% off. It's like $50 a month, I think, or something around there. But yeah, check it out. Genuinely useful here. Genuinely useful. Beautiful bounce back here. Let's see what the market's looking like. The E-mini has basically bounced all the way back. Look at Tesla going green on the day. And this is what I try to tell people. Like, people acting like this little bitty dip is the end of the world. Like, look at what Tesla ended up doing. Now Tesla is technically green on the day. So again, it kind of shows you like the saturation of emotion, I guess is the easiest way to put it. Tesla technically green on the day now. Let's see if it keeps it up. And look at the E-mini. So the S&P is actually green today as well. Look at the E-mini rip up. Let's see what tech starts to do. Watch NVIDIA. Watch Apple maybe. Tesla is rising though. Let's see if it holds. So market's starting to turn back up here a little bit, team. AMD still down to 4%. Martinis. I'm not much of a drinker, though. I never have been. Watching the market, see if the market flushes. Got a little turnaround. So we got a little flush down here, team. We're watching some stuff. All right, so we are out. And I believe we just got funded on our third account today. We should have roughly gotten funded on our third account. If you want to see our profit today, we are up to 1766 net profit. We made, let's see what we made in net profit today. So net profit, so we went from being, let's see, 1,660 in profit. So let's see what we're up today in net. We made roughly, we are at roughly 3,202 in profit, minus what we were started at on this combine, 1,660. So we made 1,542, so almost exactly 1,500. And they do give you a little bit of wiggle room, but this should mean we're funded on this account as well, I'm pretty sure. So, hey, that's our third funded account, just to show you, like, you can do it. You can do it. They usually give you a little bit of wiggle room, so I'll take it. So, again, that's our third one. Again, if you want to try out Top Step with me, try to get funded yourself. Great way to test your skill. Only $49. You can check out this link right there, and we're going to go ahead and bow out for the day. Again, we're also in our other funded account, just to put this into perspective. We're profitable in one of our other ones. The other one, we have one that we haven't even traded yet, but we're profitable in one of our other ones. We've had our 5 green days, and we've got a decent amount of profit, so we're probably getting ready to withdraw on that one. But yeah, team, nice little bounce back. Tesla technically green on the day. I'll see you guys later. Remember, tomorrow we got a bunch of stuff happening. We got the FOMC Fed minutes. We've got the JOLTS report tomorrow. We got ISM PMI, so the Institute of Supply Management PMI. Those 3 big releases tomorrow. I'll see you guys then. Y'all be safe. Love you all. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. I appreciate the love. And again, if you want to check out any of our sponsors, great way to do it. Check out the links. We appreciate it. And I'll see you guys later. Good luck, guys.